Assalamu alaikum. Welcome to 168 Hours, your weekly roundup of the top local stories. I'm Utbah Mahmood. I'll be your host for the evening. I will update you on everything that's shaping our community today. Stay tuned. President Dr. Mohammad Muiz ratifies the amendments to 3 different laws aimed at curbing cyber crimes in the archipelago.
President Dr. Mohammad Muiz on Tuesday ratified the recent amendments to 3 different laws aimed at curbing cybercrimes in the archipelago. The amendment to the Criminal Procedure Act seeks to enhance the existing bail system outlined in the current act by instituting new guidelines and procedures while also amending the established protocols governing bail during investigation or trial periods. Notably, it delineates specific circumstances under which individuals can request bail following a conviction, along with a clear framework for appealing such decisions. In addition, the amendment introduces a comprehensive mechanism aimed at addressing cybercrimes perpetrated through new technologies and computer systems. This legislation grants law enforcement agencies the authority to intercept personal information in such cases and to access retained subscriber and communication data via a court order. Additionally, the bill facilitates real-time data requests through a system to be established jointly by financial authorities and law enforcement entities. Furthermore, the amendment empowers law enforcement and financial authorities to freeze assets and hold financial transactions of suspects involved in scams, thereby preventing the misuse of funds when such incidents are reported. This measure is designed to bolster public safety and protect individuals' financial resources. The amendment to the Mutual Legal Assistance in Criminal Matters Act aims to enhance and refine the existing legal framework governing mutual legal assistance among countries in matters related to cybercrime and offences, utilizing computer systems and emerging technologies. The amendment sets forth new procedures aimed at improving the discovery of electronic evidence, the preservation and access of information stored in computer systems, and the real-time retrieval of traffic data. Furthermore, it outlines methods for inspecting content data while seeking assistance from international partners. The amendment establishes a dedicated 24/7 network designed to facilitate the exchange of information regarding crimes associated with computer data. This initiative aims to streamline the process of obtaining electronic evidence through mutual assistance and delineates the specific areas in which such assistance will be sought.
The President states that the decision to implement a nationwide ban on vaping is part of the administration's ongoing efforts to promote ethical conduct and moral integrity within the society and to ensure the holistic development of the nation.
The ban, which took effect on 15th December, encompasses the usage and sale of vaping devices and related products. During his address to the residential community of Mahibadu, Alif Taletol, President Muiz underscored the significance of this ban as a step toward instilling virtues and positive traits within the community. The President's visit to Mahibadu on Sunday morning was part of his ongoing tour of several islands in Alif Taletol. Highlighting the significance of cultivating the mindset of the people to attain holistic national development, President Dr. Muiz underscored the necessity of reviving Islamic virtues and traits in contemporary society, a mission actively pursued by his administration. He also addressed the concerning addiction rates among youth and children and stated that the decision to ban vaping was undertaken to fortify the social fabric of the nation. He also cited scientific research on the adverse health effects of vaping, characterizing it as detrimental to cognitive function and overall well-being. The President revealed that the decision to ban vaping was made on 14th October following a public request. Subsequently, the Tobacco Control Act was amended to prohibit the use and sale of vaping devices and related products. The amendment came into effect on 15th November, with the full ban effect enforced from 15th December. President Muiz reiterated that this measure would contribute to mental development, instill good behavior, and promote ethical conduct and moral integrity within the community, ultimately leading to the nation's holistic development.
Minister of Health Abdullah Nazim Ibrahim says that the Tobacco Control Master Plan will be completed early next year.
Minister of Health Abdullah Nazim Ibrahim says that the Tobacco Control Master Plan will be completed early next year. He made these remarks during the opening ceremony of the roundtable meeting held to discuss the amendments to the Drug Prevention and Tobacco Control Act. Speaking at the ceremony, Minister Nazim said that President Dr. Mohammad Moiz had taken several bold steps to ensure public health where his predecessors had failed. Under the instructions of the President, the minister noted that several tobacco products have been banned in the Maldives, adding that efforts are already in motion to ensure a tobacco-free society. He said that the ministry is currently working on a national long-term plan for tobacco control. The minister said the draft for the long-term plan would be completed early next year, and its implementation will begin immediately after. He said that the government needs cooperation of every citizen to do this by raising awareness about tobacco, implementing the Tobacco Control Act, and providing assistance to people looking to kick the habit. He stated that in addition to the long-term plan, cessation clinics are being set up across the country to control tobacco, adding that staff training for the clinics are already underway. The roundtable meeting on the amendments to the Drug Prevention and Tobacco Control Act is organized by the Health Protection Agency and the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, UNICEF. UNICEF has been hosting such roundtable meetings since last year. The fourth roundtable of the year will discuss tobacco control measures in Maldives and to protect children and the youth from tobacco use. The government has been taking landmark steps against tobacco use. One of the biggest measures was to increase the duty on imported cigarettes and the nationwide ban on the use and sale of vape products.
The Maldives Police Service MPS issues a stern warning regarding the enforcement of the recently amended Tobacco Control Act.
Maldives Police Service issues a stern warning regarding the enforcement of the recently amended Tobacco Control Act, which now bans the sale and usage of vaping devices and products. In a statement, the MPS cautioned that individuals found in violation of the vaping ban will face fines as stipulated by the law. The police said that notifications of these fines will be sent through text messages, ensuring that violators are promptly informed of the penalties. According to the statement, to ensure compliance, the police will take legal action against individuals who sell or give away electronic cigarettes or vaping devices and products. The police also warned that those caught vaping or using such devices will be fined accordingly. It said that text messages sent to violators will include details on how to pay the fines along with a link to VaruPay for convenient payment. Furthermore, the police also urged the community to comply with the new amendment and assist in promoting a smoke-free environment, calling on the public to support the enforcement efforts and report any instances of vaping in public areas. Speaking on a program aired on PSM News, Sub-Inspector of Police Nizam Muhammad noted that the public can report individuals found in vaping on the street or in public spaces. He said that when police receive the report, officers will attend the scene and address the issue, highlighting the enforcement protocol in place. Inspector of Police Amnat Nishana revealed that guidelines have been drafted to ensure uniform enforcement across all islands. The nationwide ban on the use, sale and free giveaway of electronic cigarettes, vaping devices and products came into effect on 15 December. Under the amended Tobacco Control Act, the importation of vaping devices and related products incurs a fine of approximately $3,243, with an additional fine of approximately $648 for each item. Sellers of vaping devices and products face a fine of $1,297 plus $648 per item sold. Those giving away vaping products for free will be fined approximately $648. A stricter penalty of about $3,243 is imposed on individuals who sell or give away vaping devices or products to minors.
Vice President Hussein Mohammad Latif held discussions with key Chinese officials aimed at strengthening bilateral ties to bolster Maldives-China relations.
Vice President Latif meets with key Chinese officials to discuss strategies for enhanced cooperation and strengthen bilateral ties to bolster Maldives-China relations. As part of his ongoing visit to China, Vice President Latif held discussions with the Vice Chairman of the National Committee of the Chinese People's Political Consultative Conference, Wang Yong. The high-level meeting also saw the attendance of the chairman of the China International Development Cooperation Agency and the chairman of the CPPCC Yunnan Provincial Committee. The dialogue centered on fostering cooperation in vital areas of the blue economy, with particular emphasis on environmental protection, ocean conservation, and addressing climate change. According to a statement released by the President's office, both sides recognized the importance of these sectors in driving sustainable development and enhancing economic resilience. Additionally, the meeting explored avenues to further strengthen tourism development, higher education, infrastructure development, and high-level exchanges between the Maldives and China. Vice President Latif and Chairman Wang also expressed a shared commitment to deepening collaboration in these areas to benefit both nations. Concluding the discussions, Vice President Latif and Chairman Wang reaffirmed their dedication to strengthen the Maldives-China bilateral ties, underscoring the significance of sustained engagement and mutual support. Vice President Latif's visit to China coincides with his attendance at the 3rd China-Indian Ocean Region Forum on Blue Economy Development Cooperation.
Health Minister Nazim says that the government aims to eradicate mother-to-child transmission of diseases like HIV.
Minister of Health Abdullah Nazim Ibrahim says that the government is aiming to eradicate mother-to-child transmission of diseases like HIV. Speaking during the ceremony to mark this year's World AIDS Day, Health Minister Nazim hailed the launch of 3 specific guidelines for the treatment of diseases such as AIDS as a significant achievement in the health sector. He said that the health sector ensures that people with such diseases are being given the necessary protection, compassion, and care through the system. The minister stressed the importance of early detection of AIDS and urged people to get tested as soon as possible if they suspect the disease has been contracted. He added that such issues can only be overcome if the whole country works together as one. Minister Nazim also announced that Maldives would be able to reach its aim of eradicating mother-to-child transmission of HIV, syphilis, and hepatitis B by the end of next year. The minister said the national health goal can only be achieved with the advice of professionals and scientists. Pointing out the recent nationwide ban on vaping and electronic cigarettes as an important step, the minister expressed hope of full cooperation from the public in such efforts for a healthy Maldives.
The Ministry of Homeland Security and Technology reveals that information and relevant data of over 18,000 expatriates have been collected from 50 islands since the launch of the nationwide Operation Kurangi.
The Homeland Security Ministry reveals that information and biometric data of 18,919 expatriates have been collected so far under the nationwide Operation Kurangi. The operation has been launched in 194 inhabited islands and has been completed in 50 islands. Operation Kurangi launched its first phase on May 2nd in Himafushi, Kaf Atoll. The post-initial phase of the operation includes biometric identification procedures, which will target undocumented expatriates in the country. The information required for this operation is collected by taking biometrics of foreigners at island councils. The ministry had earlier said that a national register of expatriate workers will be compiled based on the information collected. The first phase of the operation aims to address the long-standing issue of illegal immigrants within 3 years. Under the initial phase, undocumented expatriates would be offered the chance to legalize instead of deportation. After this, a biometric identification will be generated for each undocumented expatriate and will subsequently be deported in collaboration with the respective embassies. The nationwide operation is being assisted by the Maldives Police Service and the Maldives Immigration Department.
Ministry of Islamic Affairs confirms that a record number of people will leave for Umrah this year.
In recent years, the number of pilgrims from Maldives seeking Umrah pilgrimage increases each year. But in December, Saudi Arabia is set to receive a record number of pilgrims from the island nation. Umrah is a sacred journey that holds immense significance in the hearts of all Muslims. It is a beloved sunnah that offers a unique opportunity to refresh one's faith and cleanse one's soul. The number of people going for Umrah pilgrimage in Maldives has rapidly increased in recent years, which includes young people and children. It is also common for entire families to undertake the blessed pilgrimage. According to Maldives Airports Company Limited MSCL schedule, So far, 5,796 pilgrims will travel to the blessed city of Mecca to perform the pilgrimage this month. The first group departed for Mecca on Sunday, while the last group will depart from the Maldives on 27th December. The Ministry of Islamic Affairs said the average for Umrah pilgrimage in December is usually around 4,000 people. Though it was difficult to say exactly how many Maldivians will perform the Umrah pilgrimage this month, the ministry confirmed that a record number of people will leave for Umrah this year. There are currently about 50 Umrah groups registered in the country. However, some people do not travel through a registered group. So, some Umrah groups have said that about 8,000 people from the Maldives are estimated to go for Umrah pilgrimage this December.
The Ministry of Finance announces a significant reduction in state expenditure on the National Health Insurance Scheme, Asanda, and subsidies. The current administration began enforcing measures to cut public spending in response to poor policies of previous governments, which had plunged the state into a significant amount of debt, jeopardizing the economy. Implementing the Asanda and subsidy system without strong policies had led to a significant increase in government spending and debt, prompting international financial institutions to urge the Maldives to adopt policy reforms. However, until now, no significant action had been taken to tackle the issue as recommended. In contrast, the government spending skyrocketed over the years to the point that the previous government had to resort to printing money to manage its finances. This in turn led to an increasing demand for foreign currency and caused commodity prices to soar. Faced with an economy on the brink of bankruptcy, President Dr. Mohammad Muizz took office in November 2023 with an ambitious pledge to reduce expenditure and boost revenue. From his first day of office, the President has directed the administration to operate as per policies that aligned with these pledges. One of the most significant spending reductions have been observed in the subsidiary system. According to official statistics, the expenditure on subsidies had increased year on year under previous administrations. However, for the first time in years, the current administration is on track to reverse the trend. While the former government spent 4.4% more on subsidies in 2023 compared to 2022, the current administration's new measures has seen a 3.6% decrease in subsidy spending so far this year compared to 2023 figures. While the subsidy expenditure was at $243 million in 2023, this figure has now reduced to $234 million in the same period. The Ministry of Higher Education, Labour and Skills Development decides to permit students of the Presidential Scholarship and High Achievers Scholarship to switch majors.
The Ministry of Higher Education has gazetted the new regulations on the Presidential Special Scholarship and High Achiever Scholarship for students who pass with first-class honours in the higher secondary examination. State Minister of Higher Education Dr. Abdul Rahim Hassan told PSM News that according to the old regulation formulated in 2019, courses cannot be changed after any financial transaction. However, there have been instances of changing courses becoming necessary for various reasons, he said, adding that a new regulation allows for this necessity. According to the new regulation, the scholarship recipient can switch majors under 3 circumstances after submitting the placement certificate to the Ministry of Higher Education. To qualify, the new regulation clearly states that no payment must have been made to the higher education institution mentioned in the previously submitted placement letter. For master's degree programs of not more than 4 years that allows a direct entry without first degree, be a student at the time of implementation of this regulation. First time to switch majors. Even if the course changes, there is no conflict with any other provision of the scholarship policy. The Presidential Scholarship is awarded to students who score A* in 5 subjects, including Divehi and Islam. The High Achiever Scholarship is awarded to students who have scored a pass if not less than A in 5 subjects, including Divehi and Islam. Of these 2 scholarships, students who receive the President's Scholarship have the opportunity to study at any university in any country of their choosing. The High Achiever Scholarship will provide opportunities to study in the region, Malaysia, China, the Philippines, and OECD countries. But the scholarship will be available in specified priority fields.
Waste Management Corporation Limited WEMCO announces customers in all islands will be charged for waste collection services, with the billing integrated into the electricity bill starting January 1st.
WEMCO announces that starting from January 1st, customers in all islands will be charged for waste collection services with the billing integrated into the electricity bill. This decision comes following WEMCO's earlier initiative this year to merge its waste collection charges with the electricity bill for households in Malé City in collaboration with the State Electric Company Limited, Stelco. WEMCO currently offers waste collection services in Malé City and other urban areas, as well as in Fonadou, Lametol and Mafushi in Kafetol. However, WEMCO has not yet initiated billing for the services in those islands. In early December, WEMCO also commenced waste collection operations in Himmafushi, Kafetol. According to the company, from January 1st onwards, the waste collection charges will be merged with the electricity bills in all serviced islands. According to WEMCO, in areas where Fenaka Corporation Limited supplies electricity, the waste charges will be incorporated into Fenaka's bills. Speaking on a program aired on PSM News, Assistant Manager of Sales and Projects at WEMCO, Muhammad Akram, highlighted the convenience of this new billing method for the customers. WEMCO's General Manager for Southern Operations, Ahmad Shafiu, noted that this decision was made with extensive input from all relevant stakeholders. He added that WEMCO would now provide daily waste collection services starting from January 1st compared to the irregular schedule previously followed. WEMCO charges approximately $9.73 per household for its waste collection services. Businesses are billed at a rate of around $0.013 per litre of waste collected daily, and a gate fee of $13.75 is also applied.
The central bank's report cites that the Maldives has recorded a significant increase in international flight arrivals in the first 10 months of 2024.
Maldives Monetary Authority reveals that the Maldives has recorded a significant increase in international flight arrivals in the first 10 months of the year. According to a report by the MMA, the increase in flight operations has led to a boost in tourist arrival during this period. MMS November monthly report shows that a total of 13,671 international flights were operated to Maldives as of October this year. There were 13,018 flights during the same period last year, which amounts to an increase of 653 flights this year. The number of scheduled flights to Maldives also increased during this period. There were 12,565 scheduled flights in the first 10 months of the year, in contrast to the 11,975 scheduled flights during the same period last year. In addition to the scheduled flights, Maldives also welcomes a significant number of charter and private jets to its shores. As such, the number of charter and private jets arriving in the Maldives during this period is also higher. The figure shows that 1,106 flights arrived as general flights this year in comparison to the 1,043 flights welcomed during the same period last year. The increase in number of flight arrivals has resulted in a significant boost in tourist arrival so far this year, in contrast to the same period last year. As of 17th December, 1.9 million tourists have arrived in the Maldives, as opposed to the 1.8 million tourist arrival during the same period last year. This year, the government has set an aim to attract 2 million tourists to the island nation. Maldives needs to welcome just 58,805 more tourists to achieve this target.
Maldives welcomes over 250,000 Chinese tourists so far this year. According to the latest data released by the Ministry of Tourism, the Maldives has welcomed 259,723 visitors from China, reflecting a substantial 38.8% increase compared to the same period in 2023, when 187,118 Chinese tourists visited the Maldives. China has reclaimed its position as the top source market for the Maldives tourism sector. In 2023, China was ranked as the third biggest tourism source market, and in 2022 it was ranked 27th due to travel restrictions imposed by the COVID-19 pandemic. In addition to the surge in Chinese tourists, the number of visitors from Russia, Germany and Italy has also increased this year. The Maldives has welcomed 214,720 visitors from Russia, reflecting a 2.6% increase compared to the same period in 2023. German tourists have also shown an 11% increase, with 149,998 visitors so far this year. Italian visitors numbered 131,295, representing a 10.8% increase compared to the same period last year. Overall, the Maldives has welcomed over 1.9 million visitors this year, an 8.8% increase compared to the 1.7 million tourists during the same period in 2023. The government aims to welcome over 2 million tourists this year, with only 52,721 more visitors needed to reach this goal. An average of 6,091 tourists are being welcomed in the Maldives every day, according to the latest statistics released by the Tourism Ministry. That's it for this week. Thank you for joining. Stay tuned for more updates.